Welcome to Spectral Edition. I'm Tim Prossel. I've got a ghost report here that shows that sometimes these ghost reports would serve more as filler than actual hardcore news items. This one gets pretty romantic in its language style. It just doesn't sound like journalism. And I think that was meant to stretch the story quite a ways. It was published on June 27th of 1889 in the Wampatuan Times, a newspaper from North Dakota. The headline is, "A Ghost Tolled the Bells." Before the earthquake shook it down, the old guardhouse or police station was just across the street in front of the church. Every night for years, an old policeman who had grown old and decrepit in the service of his country and lastly of his city kept watch at the door. He had seen many strange sights and had always said that the strangest he had ever seen was the dead man ringing the chimes from the belfry of old St. Michael's. He had seen the shrouded figure time and again climb up to the bells and, not touching the ropes, which had been pulled so often by living hands, swing the heavy iron tongues against the sides of the bells and clash out a fearful melody which thrilled while it horrified the listener. He would tell you, if you cared to listen to a story, how the ghost had been murdered, for in its normal state it had been murdered by the thrust of an Italian stiletto in Elliott Street. The spirit was to walk the earth, revisit the glimpses of the moon, ring the old chimes, and do other horrible things until the murderer was captured. A few minutes before midnight, the old watchman would see the spectral chimer enter the church doors, forgetting to open them, swiftly and in a ghostly way glide up the steps of the winding stair, pause under the bells by the ropes where Gladstone rings them, pass swiftly on without touching them, climb on into the gloomy belfry, and stop beneath the open mouths of the bells. They yawn down upon it as if striving to swallow up the restless spirit. Suddenly, as if the inspiration had come, the shrouded hand would move silently and rapidly from iron tongue, and the wild eldritch music would swell the air. I'm Tim Prossel, and I've collected over 300 of these ghost reports, all of them printed in actual U.S. newspapers between 1865, the end of the American Civil War, and 1917, when the U.S. entered World War I. I've chosen the scariest, the most intriguing, and a few of the funniest for a book titled Spectral Edition, Ghost Reports from U.S. Newspapers 1865 to 1917. It's at Amazon in paperback and Kindle, and you can find it at other online bookstores too. For more information, visit brombonesbooks.com.